All right, BuckeyeHuddle.com here with Peter Pierre, 2028 wide receiver, Chaminade-Madonna. Peter, nice seeing you again.
Yes,
one of
sir.
our stops on Southern Swing. But how was your camp here today at Ohio State? What stood out to you?
I mean, man, it was great, man. It stood out. You know, we did a lot of individuals. You know, the guys, the players that came out, watched us, you know, cool dudes. You know, yeah, really everything that I expected.
Yeah. Got to reconnect there with Jeremiah there for a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was that like? I guess they had the video up on the board, kind of showing the national championship highlights, and like Jeremiah, like you obviously it's like watching a guy that went to your school, like up on the board like that. Probably a pretty cool experience for you.
Yeah, oh man, that was very motivational. They've been doing it for video said 13 decades. Yeah, it was very, very motivational. I can't even lie.
Yeah. What was it like working with Coach Hartline? Because I know that was a big point for you. You were kind of hoping to get that chance at some point. You've been able to do that. What was that like for you?
It was very fun, you know, pushing me to the fullest, correct me on my mess ups, and even when I'm doing right, still correct me.
I guess how important is that for you to kind of get a feel for someone? Like you're gonna have to choose who to play for at some point. You got a long time to do that, but getting a chance to kind of work with them in this type of setting beforehand, so that you can maybe get an idea of what that would be like. I guess how important is that to you?
It's very important. You know, it feels great. It jumped out on me early. It feels great to be here.
Yeah. Came up with Neiman Lawrence, correct?
Yes, sir. Neiman and my boy Eric McFarland.
Eric McFarland. You guys were three of the headliners today.
Yes, sir.
What's your relationship like with Neiman, and I guess how interesting is this going to get with you guys as the recruiting goes on, and you guys maybe talking about some of the same schools?
Yeah, Neiman, you know, that's really like my best friend. You know, we grew up together, played outdoors together. I was really with him almost every weekend, and like me just coming up here with him, like being like a duo, it's great.
Yeah. What's it like catching passes from him? It's pretty good.
It's even better, even better. It's like chemistry, we like click.
What are some things maybe you thought you showed out here today, and are there any things you'd like to maybe take back with you and be like, yeah, I got to kind of work on that before the season starts?
Yeah, I feel like I showed my hands a lot. You know, I had a couple strong catches, my routes and my technique.
Yep. This was the last stop of 3 schools?
Yes,
is that
sir.
correct?
Last stop.
Okay. Where were you at before this?
The week before I went to Oregon.
Okay. How was that?
Oregon, you know, it was a little chilly, but yeah, it was good up there too.
Yeah. And then where was the other school?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay. What did you think of Tennessee?
Tennessee, I really like Tennessee. You know, they're very family oriented. You know, fans love each other. You know, it's really like a peaceful state.
And it's finally like, I know you're going to do some visit stuff here after this, but like, has this kind of so far lived up to whatever your expectations were coming in with Ohio State? Like, what are your thoughts on this whole trip so far?
This whole trip, you know, coming up here was fun. You know, got the Airbnb with my guy Eric and Neiman. It was a fun day, you know what I'm saying? Stayed up late, but we got the job done.
Yeah, do you guys talk about these visits like afterwards? You kind of go back and be like, hey, like, what did you think? What did you think?
Oh yeah.
Like, how were those conversations?
Yeah, we talk a lot. We talk about everything a lot. You know, we always go together and stuff. So yeah, it was very fun coming out here.
All right, last question for you. Are there some schools you'd like to try and get to games this fall for visits?
Yeah, I'll try to go to a Texas game and another Tennessee. And I'll definitely come back out to Columbus, man. See fun out here.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate your time again. Good seeing you again. Great job today. And we look forward to seeing you again. I'll probably be down there in the fall.
Yes, sir. Thank you.